was buried, ignored. So by the time that June last year came around, 3 o'clock in the morning, sitting on my lounge room floor, suicidal, begging for my life to be saved. I want to live. I want to live for my children. I'm very lucky. I still have my children. They were taken. I was very lucky to have an Indigenous lawyer, duty lawyer, aware of the corruption. She got my children back from me within 28 hours. But as you know, you only have to have a threat that your children are going to be taken from you to be impacted like this. And it has impacted me immensely. I'm not going to stop until every child is returned home.
Thank you.
Now, with the letters, I made a rule for myself and I made a law for myself. The law is no more silence. The rule, no phone contact with Child Protection Services. I wrote a letter to them in May 2012, telling them that all communication between myself and the department regarding the children and my family is to be in writing only. This way, the lies, the threats cannot be buried, cannot be hidden, and we cannot be shamed. So they didn't like it. They came out to my place, this close to my face. They brought 2 police officers who knew me as a good citizen of the community. And when I saw those 2 police officers coming up my garden, I thought, you beauty. Very, very calm, stayed very calm. They didn't give me any reason for the home visit. So I put my children out of harm's way with someone who loves them and looked after them while I dealt with this mess on my front doorstep. In front of 7 witnesses, this woman came this close to my face, basically came to tell me that she was going to spit in my face about my letter, that all communication is to be in writing. I did not back down, and I have not backed down since that day, and I have reaped the rewards, and I want to share this with you. Please, the phone between you and Child Protection Services is your enemy. It is their tool to keep it hidden, to keep it buried. Yeah. So back to the lounge room, 3 o'clock in the morning, I wrote a letter, my story, poured my heart out to the Commissioner, this is in Victoria, to the Victorian Commissioner of Disability Services Australia. I have a diagnosis of severe post-traumatic stress disorder. That was enough for my complaint to be seen as an opportunity for them to take my children off me to be sold. So, when I sent that letter, I also sent it to the Commissioner of Equal Opportunities and Human Rights, Victoria. I also sent it to the Commissioner of Children's Safety and Young Persons. That letter went 3 ways, all at the same time. My letter could not be buried. Within 12 hours of sending that letter that morning at 5 a.m, within 12 hours I had a phone call from the Commissioner of Disability Services. My story had gone all the way to management by the time they'd phoned me. They phoned to ask for my permission to send it to the Commissioner of Children's Safety. I said, you have my permission. But I did not tell them that they already had my letter, because I thought, great, the plan is working. Now they're going to know that they've got the same letter. And so did the other, the Human Rights Commissioner. The letter could not be buried. This is a new pathway being forged, and I want to share this with you. I want to see you get your children back. I want to never have. I'm still at risk of having my children taken, but no more silence, no. So, through that, I was given the name and phone number of a solicitor for disability discrimination. We are going ahead to take my complaint to a dispute resolution process. I haven't been given any gag orders, by the way. I have no gag orders. Now, but the aim of me going through with this is so that children can be freed from court orders that push them, force them into an unsafe environment, which I'm hoping does not lead to their suicide or mums or dads or friends, communities. And I've been given the go-ahead to sue for psychiatric injury and discrimination against mental illness.
Yep.
I am hoping that my story goes public. I would like it to be followed, and I hope it forges the pathway for you to get your babies home. And when I go to court, my community goes to court, you are all coming with me, you will all be there. Okay? It has been a pleasure to meet you today. You give me so much courage and so much strength. You know, we are lucky that we have us here, because aren't we lucky that all of us are here right now and not one less of us? So it's not a disappointment. The show today is not a disappointment. And I'm going to go away knowing some absolute wonderful, beautiful people who are going to bring down change, going to bring change and make history and make it a safe place for our children, our parents, our grandparents, our families, our friends. And I wish you all the best luck.
Yes. Good. Good.